NTT INDYCAR Series on Fox, live from the Thermal Club on a beautiful day in...
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given.
We are about to go racing through the final corner. McLaren side by side, and now they go, and now we are racing. Award to the lead. Palou up the inside, takes a little look at Christian Lundgaard, late on the brakes for your reigning champion Alex Palou. It's all very clean through the entire field, a little bunching at the rear, but Pato O'Ward has done everything he needed to do.
It's the battle for second right now. Palou on the outside, Lundgaard on the inside. He's going to take that spot now. Colton Herta trying to line up as we see. That's Marcus Ericsson in the Brian machine for Andretti going wide. Tons of places lost.
See how slow Ericsson had to go offline as McLaren stays 1-2. Christian Lundgaard just holding off Alex Palou there out of turn one. Single file for the first seven, starting to go too wide as Ferrucci working the high side, coming out of turn six to that long back straightaway. And there's damage to one of the Prema cars, Schwartzman, I believe.
From the start,
heard it might be Scott McLaughlin and Devlin DiFrancesco. Scott McLaughlin told me before the race he had a great car, but it looks like Devlin heavy into the side of McLaughlin, and then McLaughlin spinning. That's well before the the start flag.
Well before the start flag. Let's see, you're going to see the 30 of Devlin DiFrancesco up the inside, just sort of understeers into McLaughlin. They both get offline onto that dusty part. They both spin.
So, bit of flash of fuel in there. Pato O'Ward leads from Christian Lundgaard. Then it's Palou and...
There's Ericsson making a move there on Santino Ferrucci, trying to make up some of those spots he lost on that first lap. Both drivers on the softs.
So riding on board with Will Power, that's Pilot ahead of us in the Prema.
22nd position on the start. Oh, just drove right into the back. That wasn't his teammate, was it?
It was his teammate. I think it was.
Oh, that's bad luck if that's what happened. This is from the onboard of the 77 Stingray Rob. I still can't quite see which car it was.
Yeah, it's the green flash on the engine cover. I think that would have been Schwartzman.
With a really healthy 4-second lead, Kevin, it is smooth sailing right now for the young Mexican.
In a week after St. Patrick's Day, it's maybe not a bad time to remind people why the Mexican driver has an Irish name. Several generations ago on his father's side from Ireland, but they've been in Mexico for many generations. He's actually spent about half of his life in Texas, still lives in San Antonio most of the time. As far as today, he's not sure that this is a soft race. He's on his only set of sticker red sidewall tires. He said, we will learn as we go, but I'm not sure you can make a U set last the entire stint. 14 laps, he's going to a sticker set of the softs, the red sidewalls, and he's back out pitting just inside the top 10 in the Mobile One Honda.
Pit stops coming thick and fast now. Santino Ferrucci on pit lane as well, as Rahal makes his way back out. And just let's have a look at this pit exit, guys, because it's not easy. You're coming out immediately on the race line on colder tires compared to the rest of the field.
And that first corner out of the pits is sort of off camber, but look at the shot that you get in terms of acceleration. Rahal around McLaughlin. It's kind of a cool factor here. The car's on track at a disadvantage. I don't think we go anywhere else where that's the case. Graham Rahal firing like he's his father-in-law, John Force, on the drag strip, laying it down in the quarter mile. And the leader there doing a great job hanging as Alex Palou now comes in for his first stop of the day.
Jack?
Yeah, Alex Palou, he's still coming down pit lane. I thought he had a really good first stint there, especially considering he was on the used red tires, putting on the harder primary, pulling a quick tear off, full fuel, and there's dust on the track, guys.
Yeah, someone's gone off down there at, is it 9? I think that's turn 9, and that is Marcus Ericsson, who's having a horror show of a day. Went off on the first lap, he's off again, and we know he doesn't like this track all that much when it starts to get squirrely underneath him.
Had a big crash in this general area last year. This one a little bit earlier. I don't think he hit anything. Let's see what happened. Just gets wide of the line, off into that light blue. You see all the dirt and marbles, and now he's just praying he doesn't hit a fence.
And he's only just come out on those tires. That's a fresh set, which aren't just going to be dirty, they're going to be flat spotted. Yeah. But guess what, guys? Lundgaard has dropped the pace to 1:43.9. This stop, Kevin, has to be good for Pato O'Ward.
Well, he built more than a 10-second lead before Alex Palou came in, so he is making the softer tire work. He's going to primary. He's out of the new red sidewalls. Pato O'Ward looking for a good stop, and he is released even before we see Alexander Rossi come in. Rossi pitting from fourth will be coming in. Actually stayed out one more lap for Rossi.
Keep an eye on the track. Look for the orange car of Christian Lundgaard. The gap was 38.1. 35 is the pit delta, but that's the pit exit. This time made up here. We'll either see him lose or keep that lead. I think he's just kept it, and there's his teammate just a couple of seconds behind.
And he's coming to the box trying to fire an in-lap, working the overcut.
Sketchy pit in, but he gets through there clean. Now it's that long run, 45 miles an hour down pit lane, and he's heading to you, Kev.
Rossi has been the most adamant that this is a red race. The softer is the preferred tire, and he's going to a U set of the red sidewalled Firestones this time around, and he went one lap longer than Pato O'Ward. But there is a concern, a little bit of overheating. They're concerned about the hybrid. Santino Ferrucci also had said, I've lost my hybrid for this race.
Oh, we understand he has a hybrid unit overheating.
Yeah, you talked about the bumps being punishing here. I think it's also a factor of this incredibly high ambient temperature, high track temperature, just soaking up through the racetrack into these machines. At the back of Herta.
Right on board with Alexander Rossi. Oh, and Will Power making the move now on Nolan Siegel. Up and through and past, and that's a lovely move from the veteran on the youngster.
How hard does Ferrucci try to hold off his mentors? We take a look at the move. Nolan Siegel getting passed by Will Power on the back straight, and Power had to go to the dirty side.
I like that. Nolan getting his elbows out a little bit, making it a little bit tougher on the two-time champion Will Power. Here he is on the board. You see him hit the button on his steering wheel. The push-to-pass activated. Hybrid being deployed. Chevy versus Chevy down into the brake zone. Clean, executed, good hard racing. You love to see that. Got a sticker set of reds that he has to use, and look at this battle here. Nolan Siegel once again getting the elbows out against a six-time champion.
He did it with Will Power, a two-time champion earlier, but the six-timer getting it done, flexing some muscle there.
On the Patricio Award still leads from Christian Lundgaard. The gap has increased. Townsend, Hinch, everyone has now made second stops, but we find ourselves in an intriguing position because Alex Palou, currently running P3, who has cut the 12-second gap back to under 8, still has that sticker set of soft tires to run later in the race.
And he should be wicked fast finishing on that sticker set of soft tires. Will Power, biggest gainer, up 12 positions. He is also closing, and there is Palou, about 2 seconds or less back of Christian Lundgaard.
Every man for himself on the racetrack right now. I know Christian Lundgaard's trying to maximize his result, but at the same time, he's inadvertently playing a bit of a team game, helping out his teammate Pato O'Ward. The pace we're seeing out of this 10 car of Palou, if he gets around Lundgaard, he's going to start closing that gap to O'Ward, and we know he's going to have the tire advantage in that fourth and final stint. So even though that's not Christian's motivation right now, there's a knock-on positive for the team.
And don't forget, Will, that McLaren wanted to sign Alex Palou. Did sign Alex Palou to a big contract. Alex Palou switched things up, stayed with Ganassi, and there is still ongoing massive litigation on that issue. So there's a backdrop to this story that's just more than what we see right now on track.
Lundgaard under increasing pressure from Alex Palou.
He's done a brilliant job holding off Alex Palou these laps, 10 laps. We understand Christian Lundgaard might be coming to pit lane now. That'll open up the racetrack for Alex Palou, and he will go as fast as he can to try to make the overcut work. Let's see what Lundgaard does.
Yep.
Indeed, he comes to the box. Palou stays out. Go fast time for Palou. Go fast time on pit lane for Arrow McLaren.
We'll keep an eye on those lap times from Alex Palou. O'Ward, your leader, on 1:46. What can Palou do in clean air? Jack.
They are getting a set of the harder primary tyres ready for Christian Lundgaard. As you guys have mentioned, he was under a lot of pressure there. Hits his marks nicely. Tear-offs are off. It's a clean stop. Guns are away. Just waiting to finish on fuel. Off again. Pretty nice stop there by the 7. And obviously battling Alex Palou here for second place.
Some trouble in pit lane for one of the cars during this cycle. It's the number 60. You see the outside front had a little bit of a hesitation. Getting the gun out of the way Rosenquist hits the gun.
If it wasn't a dangerous situation, IndyCar has some discretion in terms of if and how they penalize for that. I don't think we'll see anything, James.
I think that one's clear. It didn't hit anyone. It didn't leave the pit box.
Strategist on Chip Ganassi Racing, leaving it up to his driver, and I think he's going to squirt in. He does.
This is it then. This is where the race will be won and lost. 16 laps left here. And Palou chooses now to put on the sticker soft, brand new set of soft tires. Take the fuel. Jack?
This is going to be the most important stop of the day for the 10. I thought his in-lap looked pretty strong. He's just about to pull in now, getting those brand new red, softer tires on. He's going to have a huge push to the end. He's got about 11 seconds to try and catch up to Pato O'Ward. Let's see if he can do it.
All right, so as Alex Palou goes out, remember, just a few laps ago, he was battling with Christian Lundgaard. The question is, how fast has Lundgaard been since the last stop? There you see Lundgaard. Remember, Palou will have more speed. Lundgaard gets ahead.
All clear all the way.
He has to make it work. He has to make it work now. He's exactly where he didn't want to be, which is stuck behind Lundgaard again.
Pato O'Ward, we understand, is on pit lane, coming to Kevin Lee.
Listening to you this time for Pato O'Ward. 5 laps ago, he was told that Alex Palou has the preferred, we think, sticker set of soft tires. This is a new set of the harder. Black sidewall, back out. 11 seconds to play with. Who's going to get it?
11 seconds to play, 15 laps to go for the win at Thermal Club. O'Ward will leave the pit lane and hope that he still holds that advantage.
Pato O'Ward had a perfect pit stop from his McLaren team. Looking very chill in the cockpit. He knows he has a comfortable gap, and there you see it. Second place, Lundgaard, not even close. Alex Palou, though, very
there
close.
There he goes, up
to
the inside. Alex Palou with the move on Christian Lundgaard finally, but Lundgaard gets it back alongside him, will edge him over the curbs. Side by side now on the run down, out of 1 and into 2. It's a right-hander. Palou will have the line and takes the position, but no! Lundgaard back again and up on the inside of him. Wonderful driving from these two as Palou tries now around the outside, and this will all lead them on through the switchbacks and onto the back section. Palou going one way and the other, and now up on the inside. Palou against Lundgaard. Has he? I think he has.
A quadruple cross-up. I've never seen that in IndyCar. 4 corners in a row.
It's not done yet. Both drivers on push to pass. Both drivers with dirty tires. Lundgaard now tries to do it. Palou with the block on the inside. Can he hold him? Yes, he can. It'll be hard for Christian to come back now, especially with those harder tires. And now it's all about head down, eyes forward, trying to close the 9-second gap, 9.5 to Pato O'Ward running in the lead.
Between the guys sitting second and third today. Wonderful. Back and forward, side by side, corner after corner. Lundgaard on the harder tire, not wanting to give it up, but Palou knowing he had to make it stick. He had to take the position if he wanted any chance of winning this race.
And he had to avoid contact because Palou, more than anything, wants to win the race, but he wants to win his 4th championship. As you take another look of the moments of this race between these two, because they've been a story all race long.
And look, so many times there it could have gone wrong. Absolutely super professional, precise driving from both these guys.
We have won. Pato O'Ward has just got past a couple of the back markers, trying to stay on the lead lap, making his life hard. He's got past Louis Foster and Connor Daly, but so too has Alex Palou, who has scythed into the lead that O'Ward had. It is down now to just 2 seconds, 12 laps to go, but you can see the gap.
And
this is insane how quickly he's closed that gap. This is absolutely wide open.
now, interestingly enough, ahead of Pato O'Ward is Robert Schwartzman. That would put Schwartzman a lap down. The next car up is Nolan Siegel. That's Pato O'Ward's teammate. How is that going to play out? Certainly, wherever Zach Brown is in the world, he might be sending some text messages about how McLaren wants to handle Palou today.
If we even get there, it's 1 second, the gap now. Palou is coming for Pato O'Ward. Down the back stretch now, tucked up underneath him. Award goes to defend. Palou has such speed and he's late on the brakes, up on the inside, and that will be the lead of the race for Alex Palou, who started third this afternoon but has done what he always seems able to do. He is an utter magician of making these strategies work, of pushing when he needs to, but now he has 10 laps to hang on to these tires and hope that he can make them last to the end. And there it is, your move for the lead, potentially the move for the win. Let's take a look on board.
You saw the puff of brake dust off the front of Palou as he hit the brakes there. Palou didn't make it easy on the brakes. He didn't want to go all the way to the inside and defend, get on the dirty side. They hit the brakes about the same time. Palou just creeps off the brakes. Wanted to, no matter how well you do it.
Power. It's power on Rossi. He's got through the bit very much between his teeth. Will Power is on an absolute charge. That's another position made up. That's his 14th position of the day. And liquid for P4. This then a replay of Will Power's move on Alexander Rossi. Not an easy one. He's going to go around the outside of him, is he? He is. That's a tough place to pass.
Well, if he can hang there, then he has the apex right here. Even tougher for Ross. Going towards the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indy 500. White flag for Alex Palou.
The last lap of the race for Mr. Perfect, Alex Palou. What a job he has done. Kept his mind in the game all the way through, unflappable, and made it work when he needed to. James Townsend, what a drive from our reigning champion. He has been brilliant.
Look, before the race started, we sat in the truck, we were talking about it. You had a good feeling about Palou because of the tire wear. You know how gentle he can be, how precise and smooth he is on the wheel. But after that first stint, I was convinced Palo could do it. He was so good on his tires, had such a gap, but you can just never count this guy out.
I mean, they asked me before the race, who's going to win? And you want to look for excuses why it's not going to be Palou, but the body of work, the skill set, the execution, the methodical nature of his approach and that of his number 10 team is just so overwhelmingly convincing that this is the best right now. You simply can't pick anybody else.
He has been phenomenal. He is the man that they all have to beat. He is the man with the target on his back. The reigning champion, the best in the field, and once again, he has turned up and turned it on. Alex Palou with a drive of pure perfection and absolute brilliance. It has been 5 years since a driver has won back-to-back races at the start of the season, but Alex Palou will do precisely that. He won in St. Pete. He wins at Thermal. Alex Palou makes it back-to-back victories to start the 2025 season.
Yes! Woo-hoo! Let's go, boys! Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. You guys are the best.
And we spoke to Chip Ganassi earlier today, who told us we are only just beginning to scratch the surface of how good this man is.
And no better display of it than what we just witnessed. Back-to-back wins for the first time since his dominant run in 2023 in the early part of the season, winning 3 in a row and 4 out of 5 on his way to his second championship.
Really